Joan's mum came from a big family, so there were a lot of aunties and uncles and cousins. However, Joan was one of those quiet, reserved girls who liked nothing more than reading a good book. And she was a real bookworm, and that enjoyment of the written word remained with her for the rest of her life. She was a very studious girl at school too. She attended Dodmire Infant and Junior School, and as the naturally clever girl she was, she moved to Darlington High School for girls. She left school at the age of 18 and went straight into her teacher training. Now she became a fully qualified teacher, and this is where she taught at Darlington and Middlesbrough Junior Schools. Eventually she moved to Corporation Road Junior School. But it was in between all of those layers of her life that Joan was to meet her sweetheart, her soulmate and future husband, the late Tony. Now they had so much in common. Both went to grammar school, both were teachers. It was a perfect match. So they forged their love through marriage in 1958. They settled into married life, and this is when Joan became a loving and devoted mum to Andrew and Nick, 2 boys, and Joan's family was complete. So asking what Joan was like as a mum was such an easy question for them to answer, because Joan was just a wonderful mum, a very present mum. She was loving and nurturing, not in a demonstrative way, but through her actions. She adored her boys. She made them feel safe. She gave them a lot of freedom to make their own choices in life, whilst at the same time was always there to support and encourage them in whatever those choices were that they made. When her boys were happy, Joan was happy. When Nick was around 11, he can remember that Tony and Joan encouraged him to go to the bottle tip in Darlington to dig for old Victorian bottles, and he'd get home covered in cloths, and she just took it all in her stride. Andrew's got such lovely memories of helping his mum to bake in the kitchen, and what a lovely cook she was too, admitting he was very domesticated, which was a foreshadowing of his future in so many ways. Nick, the bookish one, and antiques fairs became a big part of his life. When he was 10, only 10, he had his first bookstall alongside mum and dad. And Nick always remembered that if his mum and dad were going out on an evening, it was like a bit of a role reversal. He couldn't sleep until he heard the car door slam shut and the front door open and close, and only then that he knew his mum and